I mean, aside from real food, I've seen all kinds of conflicting things. I've seen people
Yeah,
really tout raw food, which I can't bring myself to do that. Can you speak to that a little bit and just in
absolutely.
general? Yeah.
Okay, so food, when we think about animals in nature, of course, there is the food chain. We can go back to the wolves because they were the original dogs. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. They ate other animals down the food chain. Okay. So what they were getting was fresh muscle meat, organs, glands, tendons, and bone. The bone from other animals is the most absorbable way to get calcium into the body for an animal. I mean, it's just hard to even replace that synthetically. So there are options, though, without serving your animal fresh prey, which most of
Yeah.
us don't do, or, we're going to have
Yeah.
a hard time with that, is that we use freeze dried or frozen raw options that are already made. They're very clean. They're gotten from a good source. And when you read the ingredients on the back, you don't want to see things you can't pronounce, number one.
Mhm.
You don't want to see things like soy. Again, animals don't eat soy. They don't, their bodies weren't designed to, they are designed to eat plant matter though, and they are designed to eat other animals. So what we want to do is use foods that are already made that contain this balance. And it's really, when you see muscle meat, organs and glands, liver, bone, and it's short, you're probably getting a pretty clean food source. But again, you need to kind of know about the source itself, just like we do for us these days for
Yeah.
anything.
Absolutely.
So there are ways to do that without you in the kitchen making raw food, handling raw food, worrying about
Yeah.
raw food on the kitchen counters and utensils and everything. But we eat,
Yeah.
well, if we eat raw food, we know how to handle it. A lot of us don't. Okay, eat meaning raw meat, but there are ways to do it. So there's already pre-made raw food, complete foods, or you can go the route of cooking food, making homemade food for your animal, and usually stews, and they work great. But you do need to make sure you add some extra nutrients because when the food is cooked, the enzymes are broken down and you're not getting the enzymes that you get in the raw, which is what is the key to
Uh, okay.
enzymes.
Understood.
Humanly, we get enzymes from drinking things like wheatgrass juice or juicing or fresh salads, raw, fresh food, not meat. We get those enzymes that way. They get their enzymes through raw food, which you can't get through cooked food. So I'm not saying raw is the only way because cooked stew can also be very supportive, especially for an elderly animal or an animal that may have digestive issues.
Mhm.
Um, but you do need to make sure that you're adding, it needs to be complete. So sometimes you need to add some extra supplements to it to make sure that you're feeding balanced. So there are multiple ways to go. And typically the commercial kibbles are the worst. You don't,
Mm.
commercial kibble creates dehydration in cats, um, creates kidney disease, a lot of, and for the dogs, it does a whole other host of unnatural
Yeah.
things because it's an unnatural food.